My garage is a mess. So you can see I got two boats over here. Got product all over the ground. And my son can't work out and he's complaining. So I gotta get this boat done. I haven't taken it out to the water yet. And my daughter is bugging. She wants to go out there. So we're gonna go ahead and get this done today, because tomorrow, clear weather, no wind, and we'll be able to get out there, because it's just lately it's just been raining a lot and there's a lot of high winds and just not safe to take my daughter out there. So let's get this boat built. I already got the pedal drive already set up. We got to put the wheels in, and that's where the BooneDOX landing gear comes in. And we're also going to install the new rudder over here. Let's get it. Oops. All right, I know I don't got much light over here, but this will do. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get one of these landing gears over here. We're gonna install it into the back end, so that way we'll be able to launch from the parking lot and pull it out to the launch. All right, so we'll go with the easy one first, which is the BooneDOX Rudder. Now, what's my opinion on having these rudders? Well, I think using the rudder in a stock form is perfectly fine. As you can see, the two rudders are not really that much of a difference in length. Oh, obviously one is metal and the other one's plastic, and they're very rugged. Do you need a BooneDOX upgrade? I mean, it's up to you. I do think that because it's a lot longer and a lot more rugged, it will give you better tracking and durability on your steering, but you will straighten out the steering. Not by much, because it's upgraded throughout the years. Before we had the steel cables, but now we got this Spectra line cable over here, which is very, very strong, and we haven't yet seen one break. So is the BooneDOX rudder worth the upgrade? It's really just up to you. We're gonna go ahead and put it in here because BooneDOX is kind enough to send me one over here, and I'll go ahead and install it. Now take a look at this. This is a little bit different. So obviously, the older one, the stock one, has a gasket here that goes over the shaft, but this one doesn't have a gasket. But it comes with this nylon washer over here, so make sure it's fit through. Now in the older models, the deck goes really low. But if you see these Slayer Maxes, the deck is really high where the steering plate is. So I don't think the water is gonna come up to the top over here and fill up to the deck over here. I don't think it's needed that we need the washer, the rubber washer or the rubber gasket in here. I think it will work just fine. So we're just gonna go ahead and install that in. Make sure that the nylon washer that comes supplied with it is in first before you put the shaft into the hole over here. And just put the steering cap like so. Basically just a straight up upgrade. Okay, that's a little snug. I would say it's hand tight. I would say it's a little tight right now. It's kind of tight for me. Gotta loosen up just a little bit. Ah, a lot better. Lot better. We're gonna go ahead and do this hand tight a little bit more. And I'm gonna suggest that before you do this is put some Loctite in there. The blue one, because the red one's very, very strong. Still works pretty good. Hand tight. This is done. Now on to the landing gear. Let's go ahead and get this done. So these landing gears, if you take a look at it, they come with the C-Tug wheels already. And these are awesome because they sink in the water rather than float. I'm gonna put these to the side over here and continue with the unboxing here. And we have our instructions, very detailed. Hey, it's my picture over there. Nice. Hey, that's my boat again right there. Hey, it's right there. Yeah, those pictures came from that boat over there. Also, I don't think you guys ever noticed. So we got the crossbar over here. Oh, what I like now is that it's a lot smoother now. The older ones, they had a lot of burrs, but I'm glad that they actually did some buffing on the edges. And man, that thing is a lot smoother now, because the other ones had a lot of burrs on them. So one goes right here, the other one goes right there, and we have the two legs. I'm not too worried about scratching and stuff, because the stuff is gonna get beat up anyways. Look at that, I already scratched it with my knife. And here goes the hardware. Don't want to lose this screw. Keep it with my old rudder over here. And let's get to the crack and lag in this install. So I did product testing for BooneDOX a few years ago with this Groovy landing gear. And at first it came out plastic mounts. Although the plastic mounts did its job in some of the lighter boats, but when you have a heavy boat, the metal is way to go. And we have 4 metal brackets over here. No more of the plastic ones. I don't think they do that anymore. I actually broke a few plastic ones. And what this is right here is it locks your legs in place. When you put your legs up in an upright position and you're going to transport, these things lock it on both sides so the wheels don't move out under vibration. What else do we have over here? Yes, we got hardware. And nice, they're providing some Loctite over here. Nice addition over here. What do we have? This looks like the blue one. Yep, the blue Loctite. You don't want to use the red one. That stuff is tough. And I got all the hardware over here. Got the D-rings for the wheels. Let's go ahead and set that up right now. So this goes on one side over here, and you take one of these wheels and lock it on the other side. And we have one wheel assembly. Other wheels is done. All right, so I'm still trying to figure out where I'm gonna place this BooneDOX bar. I'm not a very tall person, nor is my daughter, but I'm thinking that right here, between the rod holder and the handle, will be the perfect place to do it. So right there. So what that means is I gotta move these back so we can do the install. Okay. Now you have to pay attention to these knuckles over here, or these brackets. This right here is where the set screw goes, and you wanna put this in a place where it's not gonna get in the way. So I'm gonna set this up on have these set screws pointing outwards in the back. So I have easy access in tightening these knuckles. And also, if you have a boat where this stabilizing bar in the middle is too long, you're gonna have to cut it down. We're gonna have to cut it. Yep. And let me explain why. I want to be able to put the landing gear. See, if you see this right down where that's at, this is sticking out way too far. So we're gonna have to cut this down. You can see the back end over there. I want to be able to cut off this much of here because I don't need this much right here. So it's around almost 4 inches. Just keep in mind, each boat is different. This metal bar touches to the rails, and I'm going to cut it right there. Yep, that's where I'm gonna cut it. My old workbench is out here inside the house. I haven't disassembled it, but this works. Now I gotta get a hacksaw. So let's get the cutting. Damn. No wonder it's so easy to steal KAYAK converters. Let's go ahead and clean off these burrs. Alright, perfect. So we get these two metal brackets. One there. This one right here, one there, and one there. Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna look like right now. That looks good, right? let's go ahead and tighten everything down with the hardware. All right, so before you put these in, you want to make sure that you have your bolts in this pre-assembled like this. Lock washer, put it in, and have these slugs lined up so that way you can put it in easily. I'm gonna pre-assemble all these nuts with the washers, and I'm not gonna lock it down. We're just gonna do a dry assembly. We're gonna do this for each side. And we're gonna do a soft tighten because the final tighten is after we get all this all set up and we know where we want everything to be positioned. There's no point in doing this all now and then you have to tighten it, and then next thing you know, they have to loosen it up because you want it in a different position. That just doesn't make any sense. So that side's done. We're gonna go ahead and work with the other sides. I have everything on a dry assemble right now. I'm gonna put the wheels in on both sides. Everything's all lined up. I wanted these knuckles to be a little bit offset to the innerwards, so it has a little space in here. That's just me. Some people want it flush. I just want it just a little bit. Okay, everything looks good on both sides. The set screw right here is all exposed, so I can do some tightening with these set screws right here, and everything looks good. Use a Loctite on the set screws over here. So let's go ahead and finish this off. I'm gonna do it in a star formation. Something I learned when I used to work at American Tires: distribute the tightness evenly on your mouse, like the tire. All right, I got 11mm ratchet over here. I'm gonna tighten down to the track. All right, that's solid. Even the bar in the middle is solid, but I'm still putting these set screws anyways. I have to. And we are done. It's solid. Got 2 zip ties over here. Put one right here, one right there. Now I have access to the bungee cord over here, held down with the zip tie. Take the landing gear to its upright position. And when I'm ready to transport the boat, put the bungee cord on so it doesn't fly out. And it's looking good. So the boat's complete. It's ready to go in the water. I'm still waiting on a transducer, a Lowrance transducer to install over here. So no fish finder yet, but it's ready to go in the water.
Yeah, I can.
Other side. There, move it around. Good job. Bring it towards me. Yeah, let's go. And the boat's done. Everything's all set up with BooneDOX stuff, BooneDOX landing gear, Boonedox Rudder, and we're ready to go. Take it to the lake for the maiden voyage. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. And this is Mobbin Outdoors, back in action with my channel.